Hey everyone, welcome back. This time I wanted to go over a component called the GrabbableParenter. I'd like to thank Shifty for pointing this one out. There was a conversation about parenting things in a radius or some sort of snapping conversation. I can't remember the exact details, and Shifty said that they experimented around and found this component, and I realized I hadn't done a tutorial, so here's that tutorial. So the GrabbableParenter is a bit like the GrabbableReceiverSurface, but it has more sort of give and it's more forgiving. So let's get started and I'll show you how it works. So I'm going to go into Smooth POV and get some stuff set up. So the first thing to note about the GrabbableParenter is you need to attach it to an object which has a collider of some kind. In this case, we're going to use a sphere. So I'm going to go to create new 3D model here, sphere. And you'll see that the sphere is transparent and green. I set this up ahead of time. It's just a edit to the default material. And this is so you can see inside it. If we go ahead and inspect this sphere, and then we go to the bottom and we add attach component, we go to transform, interaction, and then GrabbableParenter. And that's all you need to do. We're actually done here. I'm going to leave this scene inspector next to the sphere so you can see how it works. But I also need to talk about the filter. You cannot use the filter right now. Filter here is a sync delegate right now, and you can't use those as a developer or user in-game. The Neos engine uses sync delegates on the internals to set stuff up. You'll see them periodically on things like UI and things, but we can't use those, so just leave that as null. That's all it is. It's set up. The next thing to do is to just feed it some objects to show how it works. So if we go to inventory, I'm going to go inside Neos Essentials 3D models here, and we're just going to spawn some stuff in. So we've got a red blood cell, white blood cell, and let's see what else we can get. Ooh, space, yeah. Where that little spaceship went. Let's have Mars as well. There we go. And so now if you keep an eye on this inspector, when I put it close to the sphere, you'll see it locks on, and that's because I'm touching the collider with the inspector. But now when I grab this planet, and I put the planet in the sphere, now the planet's parented to the sphere, white blood cell, parented to the sphere, red blood cell, parented to the sphere. There you go. So it's a bit like the GrabbableReceiverSurface. There are less controls, so in most cases I'd recommend using the GrabbableReceiverSurface. This video is mostly for if you wondered what that component was, or if you had a really specific use case. Things that I can think of are areas where maybe you want to like ask a user to give something, you know, in experience. You're like, please, you know, deposit this here. It might be easier to use this because it has a larger sort of grace window. GrabbableReceiverSurfaces sometimes can get confusing. You're not really sure, you know, are they going to grab them from this side or that side, etc. This will just like gobble everything up that's quite close to it. Also a caveat here as well, which I just figured out in a previous recording of this video, which is it's not exactly the collider bounds. It's there's a little grace period, as I mentioned, that is set by default to 1.5 units. So if I go ahead and grab another item from 3D models, so I'm going to go ahead and space again. I'm going to move away a little bit. We'll grab Earth. So here with Earth, what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop it close, but not inside the sphere, but close. And you'll see it also parents. And that's the grace window I was talking about. I'll show how that works. If you inspect your wrist here, open inspector, go up once, and then go to grab area anchor and then grabber. Inside this grabber slot, you'll see a grabber component, and here you'll see release check radius, and you'll see it says 1.5. That's the grace window that I'm talking about. What happens is when you let go of a grabbed object, the grabber will basically look for a place to put it. It'll look for GrabbableReceiverSurfaces or GrabbableParenters. In this case, it's found the GrabbableParenter, and it will parent it to that. There you go. As I said, not quite sure where you might use this, but I wanted to show it off. My actual goal right now is to try and get an entire category in the attach component menu completely tutorialized, and we're getting quite close on attach component interaction. So I wanted to just fill that out. We've got a couple more to go on there, and you'll see them all come in, and then we'll can celebrate having one folder free. I will see you next time. This is a short one. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think below, and I will see you next time.